We have a simple rule on New Shepard, and that is that everything involved with the safety of our astronauts has redundancy. That no matter what happens, that there's a backup system in place to keep people safe.
Fundamental to the safety systems on New Shepard is our escape system.
It's what we call a full envelope escape system, that no matter where in flight, that we can fire our solid rocket motor and push the crew capsule away from the propulsion module and safely land the capsule with the astronauts on board. There are 3 parachutes on New Shepard, and that gives us additional redundancy that the crew capsule can land under only just one chute being inflated and still protect the passengers.
And when the crew capsule is coming to touchdown, there's a retro thrust system that fires moments before touchdown that takes us from 16 miles an hour down to 2 miles an hour for a very soft touchdown.
So all the way from the initial vehicle design and understanding how to provide escape systems, how many astronauts were going to be in it, and how we're going to keep them safe was part of the design from the very beginning.
We had done all of this testing for 15 flights before we ever put humans on this rocket. And now we have dozens of flights under our belt, and we have tremendous confidence in all of these safety systems that we have designed.
At its core, Blue Origin is a human spaceflight company, and New Shepard is the first step to bringing humanity to space at Blue.
This vehicle is for everybody. It is an incredibly comfortable experience. We have flown people who are...
Eh bien, bonjour à tous, bienvenue sur le live de Sur les fusées, donc notre premier live. Aujourd'hui, on va voir le décollage de la NS-37 de Blue Origin. Donc, c'est notre premier live. On va faire plein de lives comme ça, de décollage de fusée. Il sera aussi en rediffusion ce live. Donc, tous ceux qui sont à la rediffusion, bonjour à tous aussi. Donc, bonjour vraiment à tout le monde. Et voilà, on va pouvoir voir le booster qui a atterri tout seul de la fusée de Blue Origin. Donc, avec des personnes à l'intérieur. Donc il faut savoir que ces personnes ne sont pas des astronautes, ce sont des personnes qui payent simplement pour décoller d'une fusée et vivre cette expérience magnifique.
Keep them safe.
I can attest to the safety at Blue Origin. I've worked on B3PM, which is New Shepard's engine, for over 3 years, and safety is our highest priority.
It certainly is, and I really love that package. It really brings it all together to the forefront for anyone who has questions about New Shepard. Now, right now, we're about T-minus just under 15 minutes until we see NS-37 take to the skies. Now, this is an exciting day here at Blue Origin because we are flying the first ever wheelchair user to space. Let's talk about who this crew includes, which is Joey Hyde, Hans Koningsman, Neil Milch, Adonis Peroulis, Jason Stansel, and disability advocate Mihi Binhouse, who will make history today as the first wheelchair user to cross the Kármán line, as we said. Now, this is such an exciting moment for us, so we're going to toss it over to the rocket right now, let you sit as you watch New Shepard on the pad, and then the show continues. We've got lots of great stuff for you guys. All right, it is T-minus 13 minutes and 30 seconds, and we want to talk about some of the individuals that you have seen on your screen and you will see on the ground helping out our crew, making sure that they stay knowledgeable and safe, and that is our CM7 crew,
bonjour
aka...
à tous, j'espère que vous allez bien. Aujourd'hui, on se retrouve pour le décollage de la NS-37, la fameuse fusée de Blue Origin. Donc voilà, aujourd'hui on va voir ce décollage. C'est mon premier live, donc n'hésitez pas à vous abonner, à activer la cloche. On va vraiment faire plein de lives comme ça. Je vais vous expliquer plein de trucs sur les fusées. Je suis un jeune passionné, donc c'est vraiment super. Donc il faut savoir que la fusée de Blue Origin, ça fonctionne un peu comme Elon Musk. Donc il y a la partie haute qui va rester au-dessus de l'atmosphère terrestre, et puis la partie basse, donc le moteur, qui va venir atterrir tout seul. Donc là on a un petit extrait d'un décollage, donc voilà, ça ressemble vraiment à ça. Et puis voilà, donc aujourd'hui on va vraiment apprendre tout ça, et puis voilà, ça va être vraiment super. Dans quelques moments, voilà, elle ratterrit comme ça. Dans quelques instants, je vais tout vous expliquer. Allez, à tout de suite.
Journey. That's why crew member 7 was so important. There are 6 people that fly on the New Shepard crew capsule. The 7th person is crew member 7.
We have 2 crew member 7s for each launch. One of the crew member 7s, they are with the astronauts pretty much 24/7. They are staying at the village, they're training them. We have another crew member 7 that serves as capsule communicator.
And that's the person who is back physically in the control room and is actually talking to the astronauts when they're in the capsule.
Everyone on the crew member 7 team has to be comfortable in a really dynamic operations environment. You have to be unflappable in anything that might come your way. We have folks from NASA, we have world record holders for skydiving, a nuclear submarine officer. It's truly a very diverse set of people bringing unique skill sets to the table.
The most important role for crew member 7 is to instill confidence in the astronauts that we fly on New Shepard. And really that comes down to a very good training program.
Safety is absolutely paramount to everything that we do here at Blue as we build this road to space.
We have a crew capsule mock-up where we run through full mission simulations. Separation confirmed. You are free to unstrap. So the only surprise on launch day is the incredible view outside of those windows. This is nuts! Where they can look at the Earth and be changed.
Oh, wow.
And bring that feeling back to Earth with an inspiration to protect the Earth. Because that's what we're doing this for. We are doing this for the benefit of Earth.
And every time I'm out in West Texas and I get to interact with the crew member 7s, the CM7s, it is so cool to kind of see how they prepare for launches, how they help individuals, our Astros, get ready. They make sure that they're trained, and it's just so awesome to be able to learn from them, especially as we continue to fly New Shepard more and more.
They are such an important part to the New Shepard launch, and they are also amazing people.
Yeah, they certainly are. Now, if you take a look on your screen, we are at T-minus 10 minutes, and you are seeing that we have entered a hold. Now, you are looking at New Shepard on the pad. You can also see friends and family member there excited for this launch. Again, the crew of NS-37 includes Joey Hyde, Hans Koningsman, Neil Milch, Adonis Peroulis, Jason Stansell, and disability advocate Mihi Benthouse, who will make history today as the first wheelchair user to cross the Kármán line. We're going to take a moment, we're going to throw it over to the rocket, and we will see you back here in just a second.
Alors là, on assiste du coup au décollage d'une fusée Blue Origin. Donc Blue Origin, c'est une entreprise spatiale fondée par Jeff Bezos, donc le créateur d'Amazon, je ne sais pas si vous connaissez. Donc cette fusée, elle s'appelle la New Shepard et elle est spécialement conçue pour le tourisme spatial. Ça veut dire que des gens vont payer pour aller dans l'espace. Un peu comme du coup le tourisme. Le but de cette mission, c'est pas d'aller sur la Lune ou sur Mars, mais d'emmener des civils dans l'espace pendant quelques minutes. Les passagers montent à plus de 100 km d'altitude, ce qui leur permet de dépasser la ligne de Kármán, la frontière officielle de l'espace. Donc quand ils dépassent cette altitude, donc 100 km d'altitude, donc la ligne de Kármán, ils sortent de l'atmosphère terrestre. Du coup, ils vont flotter comme des vrais astronautes. Pendant le vol, ils vivent quelques minutes en apesanteur, donc quelques minutes, c'est pas longtemps, donc sans gravité, et ils peuvent admirer la Terre depuis l'espace. C'est juste incroyable. Un truc très impressionnant aussi, c'est que la fusée est réutilisable, comme SpaceX. Le booster revient se poser tout seul à la verticale, comme dans les films de science-fiction. Et la capsule, elle, redescend tranquillement avec des parachutes pour un atterrissage en douceur dans le désert. C'est clairement une étape super importante pour rendre l'espace plus accessible au grand public. Donc voilà, là on est à 10 minutes du lancement. Pardon, ça s'est arrêté. Excusez-moi, je suis vraiment désolée, mon live s'est arrêté. Donc, voilà, nous sommes vraiment à pas longtemps du décollage. Donc, pour l'instant, nous sommes à 10 minutes. Donc, pour l'instant, je crois que c'est retardé un petit peu. Parce que il n'y a pas de... Le chronomètre est resté comme ça. Donc, je ne sais pas. Bon, voilà. Donc, voilà, c'est vraiment super. Cette fusée est super. Donc voilà, hein, le booster. Voilà, là vous avez un extrait de quelques petites images de quand ils repartent. Hein, voilà, quand ils partent, ils sont vraiment comme ça. Voilà, donc c'est vraiment incroyable. Hein. On les voit vraiment super bien sortir de la fusée. Franchement, c'est une expérience incroyable. Bon, ça coûte un peu cher, mais voilà. Bon, allez, moi je vous laisse avec la diffusion pour l'instant, parce que ça m'a l'air pour l'instant d'attendre. Enfin, on attend que ça fonctionne. Donc voilà, je vais vous dire quand ça va fonctionner, mais pour l'instant, ils sont en train de voir. Parce qu'une fusée, hein, c'est pas comme ça pour la faire décoller, c'est un petit peu dur et il faut vraiment toutes les conditions et que tout soit bon.
What you have given me is the most profound experience I can imagine. I can't believe this.
As soon as you land, you will want more of it.
All right, right now you are looking at New Shepard out on the launch pad. This is NS-37, and we are currently in a hold due to upper level winds. We will have a new T0 that will be forthcoming here shortly. But in that meantime, let's go ahead and toss it back over to the rocket. Again, an exciting day for our NS-37 crew, which includes Joey Hyde, Hans Koningsman, Neil Milch, Adonis Peroulis, Jason Stansell, and disability advocate Mihi Benthouse.
Donc en fait, pour l'instant, ils sont en train de réfléchir, donc de voir, apparemment les vents changer un petit peu, je crois. Donc on va voir tout ça. D'ailleurs, je suis désolée parce que là, c'est le premier live. Donc, si vous voyez ça en rediffusion, vous allez aussi le voir. La qualité n'est pas super, mais c'est normal. Donc, voilà, vraiment, ne vous inquiétez pas. Il y aura vraiment une meilleure qualité dans les prochains lives. Donc là, vraiment, on peut vraiment voir le booster de la fusée avec le petit drapeau américain et le Blue Origin. Voilà, donc là on va pouvoir apercevoir la capsule donc, qui contient les astronautes qui sont dedans en ce moment. Donc on voit bien le New Shepard et voilà, on va pouvoir voir les astronautes. à l'intérieur. Donc on attend toujours pour le compte à rebours en espérant qu'il se remette. Enfin, qu'il recommence à compter. Donc pour l'instant on n'a aucune information, donc on attend pour les résultats. Et puis voilà, pour l'instant on attend. Alors je crois qu'on va avoir une petite annonce.
Welcome back, everyone. We are
Ouais.
currently in a hold due to upper level winds. You are watching NS 37. Now, there's something we want to talk about. One of the most significant aspects of a New Shepard flight is the profound effect on the astronauts who've experienced it and the ripple impact it has on their lives and the lives around them. This is transformative. It's an experience that's often referred to as the overview effect.
And the overview effect is really a cognitive shift reported by many astronauts who have viewed Earth from space. This phenomenon encompasses a range of emotion and intellectual.
En fait, si vous voulez, là il y a des gros vents, donc ils sont en train de regarder. Et puis pour l'instant, on ne sait pas.
Also, the fragility of Earth. Many astros report that the thin layer of atmosphere and the finite resources become starkly apparent when they look out of those windows. This helps them emphasize the need for environmental stewardship. It also has personal transformation. Astronauts report a profound change in their perspective on life, leading to a greater appreciation for the planet and the renewed sense of purpose back here on Earth.
That's right, and it's such a huge part of what we do here as well. The impact that a New Shepard flight has on astronauts after a journey aboard is more than a physical adventure. It's a journey of self-discovery and profound insight. The experience, it actually often leads to a heightened sense of awareness. Now, that's kind of like a greater consciousness of global issues such as climate change, poverty, and conflict, as well as inspirational leadership. Many return with a renewed mission to contribute positively to society, often becoming advocates for space exploration and environmental causes. And finally, there's like this emotional reconnaissance. Like seeing the beauty and fragility of Earth from space can evoke powerful emotions, leading to a deeper connection with the planet.
And one astronaut who can speak to this is one you might recognize. It's William Shatner.
Yeah, let's hear directly from him about his experience.
Holy cats. Weightlessness. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, wow. I can't believe this. Everybody in the world needs to see. There is Mother Earth and comfort, but what you see is black. Oh, God. I hope I never recover from this. I hope that I can
On voit vraiment, c'est vraiment
maintain
super
what I
beau.
feel now. I don't want to lose it. What you have given me is the most profound experience I can imagine. I'm so filled with emotion about what just happened. Jesus. Oh my God. It was unbelievable. Oh, I'm telling you.
Bon, on espère quand même que le chrono va reprendre. Donc voilà, là il y a des gros vents, donc pour l'instant on attend et puis on va voir.
Due to upper level winds, right now we're going to toss it over to the rocket and check back in with you in just a little bit.
Donc actuellement, toutes les vérifications sont en cours. Les équipes au sol contrôlent les systèmes de la fusée, la capsule, la météo et les communications. Comme un vol touristique, la sécurité est la priorité absolue. Comme c'est un vol touristique, en fait, la sécurité est la priorité absolue. Chaque système est doublé, voire triplé pour éviter le moindre problème. Un détail intéressant, c'est que la capsule est équipée d'un système d'éjection d'urgence. En cas de souci au décollage, la capsule peut s'éloigner rapidement de la fusée pour protéger les passagers. Tout le vol est géré par des ordinateurs. Il n'y a aucun pilotage humain. Les passagers sont là uniquement pour vivre l'expérience. Dans quelques instants, le compte à rebours va s'accélérer, les réservoirs sont presque pleins et la fusée est vraiment dans sa configuration finale de lancement. Donc on est clairement dans les dernières étapes avant le décollage et on espère vraiment que le vent nous contrarie pas pour aujourd'hui parce que ce serait vraiment très embêtant.
Hey friends, you are currently watching NS37. We are currently in a hold due to upper level winds, but while we're in this hold, as you might have noticed, I have been joined on the desk by Claire Luce. Now, Claire has worked on the BE3 engines for a long time, and she recently took on a new role. So Claire, tell me a little bit about your work on the BE3 and what your new role is.
Of course. So I love New Shepard because I worked on the BE3PM engine for over 3 years. But currently my new role is on the Blue Engine's Analytics Reporting and Software team, or what we like to call is BEARS. It's a fun name. And on BEARS, we help all the engines at Blue, so not just BE3PM, but BE4, BE3U, BE7, and it's a bunch of software engineers that are help solving problems and that all the other engineers, propulsion engineers, need.
Can you tell me a little bit more about kind of more into their jobs and what the back rooms are really like?
Oh, of course. So on New Shepard, we have the engineering backroom, which is the role that I'm certified as the BE3PM engineering backroom. And it's a certified role that helps support the controllers. So we have the booster controllers, the capsule controllers, but then there is a whole team of engineers who specialize in subsystems like the BE3PM engine. So we have these engineers that are monitoring their specific subsystem. Like I said, I'm the BE3PM engine, and I have teammates that are currently working this launch, but we also have different subsystems like the avionics hardware system or the fluids team. And of course, these are all headed up by our engineering backroom lead. So it is just a few of the people that help make this launch possible.
What is launch day like for your team?
Well, they wake up really early. You have to be on console at a pretty early hour when the vehicle rolls out. You power the vehicle on. You're going to have to fill it up with propellant. Of course, my team is monitoring the engine at that time. So this has all happened before the crew even loads into the vehicle.
It's got to be an exciting thing. And you've been out to West Texas, I think you told me, about 15 times doing this.
Yep. It is a great opportunity to be able to be part of these launches, work the launches, and also work with the hardware.
Yeah, and it is so great to hear more kind of about what our engines teams, because engines are really integral to everything we do. I know we said it on New Glenn. It's like, I think people believe that you build a rocket and then you stick an engine on it, but that's not the case at all. You build the engine and then you build the rocket from there.
Yep, that is 100% true.
All right now you are watching NS37. You can see New Shepard out there on the pad. We are on a hold at this moment in time due to upper level winds. We're going to toss it back over to the rocket, get a status update for you guys, and see you in just a minute.
Donc pour l'instant on attend, mais pour l'instant je sais pas. Franchement on sait pas, donc on attend et puis on va voir. Donc il dit que on est dans un endroit où en fait, enfin on est dans une zone où là il y a d'un coup il y a beaucoup de vent. Donc il y a new takeoff forthcoming. Donc pour l'instant on sait pas. Donc voilà. Donc ça va peut-être être annulé. En fait, New Takeoff for Coming, je crois que ça veut peut-être dire que ce sera annulé, mais bon. Pour l'instant, on perd pas pour espoir et puis on garde le sourire et puis bon, ça va rien dire pour l'instant, hein, ça peut très bien reprendre. Juste on attend vraiment que les vents puissent vraiment partir, quoi. Voilà. les amis, apparemment le décollage est annulé pour aujourd'hui. Enfin, je pense parce que là en fait c'est même écrit noir sur blanc. Donc en fait à cause des conditions météo, notamment les vents, c'est assez courant dans le spatial. La sécurité, elle passe avant tout, surtout pour un vol avec des passagers à bord. Donc voilà, de toute façon si ça redémarre, je redémarrerai live. Mais là ça risque pas de redémarrer. Donc le vol sera reprogrammé dans les conditions, quand les conditions seront parfaitement sûres. Donc pour l'instant on attend, mais normalement ce sera dans pas trop longtemps.
Due to upper level winds, but not to worry. We get to show you exactly what our Astros have been up to over the last couple of days. And just yesterday, they had an exciting adventure as they prepared for this moment where they are sitting in the capsule as we speak. So this is them, I believe, going into, the barn, right?
Yeah, that is where we store our New Shepard boosters. And
Donc on va quand même continuer à regarder le live, hein, parce qu'il y a quand même plein de choses à dire. Enfin, il y a plein de choses à dire. Il y a quand même beaucoup de choses à regarder. Donc en fait, moi je voulais tout simplement regarder. Je vous remercie de m'avoir écouté. Donc voilà, je vous laisse avec la vidéo. Et puis si ça reprend, bah je reprendrai.
that since we said we had 2 human-rated vehicles, we actually have 2 boosters in there, and you can see them side by side.
Oh, that is really, really exciting. You can see Neil there, obviously pretty excited about what he's looking at. Mind blown. There is Hans taking a look at, I'm sure, all the mechanics and engineering of it as well, being a rocket scientist himself. Jason there, and again, Jason is flying in honor of his brother Kevin today. Mihi is taking a look. That is Audrey Powers. She is also one of our NS New Shepard astronauts. Pretty exciting to have her continuing to lead the New Shepard team. Joey, everyone, really getting to learn more about the science behind New Shepard. A great moment for a crew picture. And you can see behind them all of the patches that we have.
Those are all the patches that these vehicles have flown.
That's it. 37 is a lot.
It
really is.
It's something that I think all of Blue is really proud of.
Yeah, right now you're also kind of getting a live look at our crew out there, excited for this moment. Again, you are watching NS-37. We are currently in a hole due to upper level winds. We're going to toss it over to the rocket, get a status update, and be back with you guys shortly.
Ok, donc là, les gars, on a une information. Enfin, les gars, pardon, désolé, tout le monde. On a une information. Donc là, en fait, on a des gros vents, donc ils sont pas sûrs d'annuler pour aujourd'hui. Mais pour l'instant, on peut peut-être attendre longtemps. Hein. Il faut savoir ça, que on peut attendre longtemps. Mais voilà, je vais en attendant vous montrer ce qui se passe, donc les prochains lives qui arriveront. Donc je vais vous montrer directement ça dans quelques secondes. voilà, ici nous avons les prochaines fusées. Donc ici nous avons la Abini Nano, donc encore une fusée commerciale, mais je sais pas si on va pouvoir la regarder pour l'instant, je sais pas. Ce que je sais, c'est qu'on va pouvoir regarder la Falcon 9. La Falcon 9, peut-être qu'on va je sais pas si on va pouvoir la regarder, mais en tout cas elle sera sur la chaîne, elle sera peut-être pas en live. La Soyouz, par contre, elle, on pourra la regarder ensemble. Donc rendez-vous, notez bien dans tous vos carnets le 23 à 14h UTC. Donc à 14h ça commencera, ce sera plutôt vers 15h le décollage. Ce sera plutôt voilà. Pour l'instant, on est sur le Soyouz et les amis, j'ai une super nouvelle. Est-ce que vous êtes prêts? Le compteur a remarché, donc là, on est sur 8 minutes avant le décollage. Les amis, est-ce que c'est pas super ça? Est-ce que c'est pas super? Allez les gars, donc je vous avais dit, il faut pas perdre espoir. Donc voilà, bientôt la fusée va décoller. Donc voilà, la NS-37, la fameuse de chez Blue Origin.
Director with the go pull for terminal count and launch. Capsule.
Go.
Booster.
Go.
Ground.
Go.
Inco.
Go.
Donc là, ils sont en train d'effectuer
Safety.
toutes les checklists.
Go.
Capcom.
Go.
Engineering.
Go.
Copy all goes. New Shepard is go for launch. Booster, commence the terminal count.
We'll go plate.
Go Farley!
Controllers, drop UHF
Les gars, on
voice.
est prêt pour décoller, tout le monde. On est prêt pour décoller.
You just heard it there. We are go for launch.
Yes, we are so exciting. Now, as we mentioned, today, Mihi Benthouse will become the first wheelchair user in space. Her story, her advocacy, and her passion are evident in everything she does. Check it out.
I think there was not like this one moment where I realized that my dream of going to space is not over. I was like a very sporty person, so I did like a lot of mountain biking, snowboarding, I did parkour where you jump about walls and this kind of stuff. Obviously, life changed a lot after my accident, and I think the biggest impact, of course, is using the wheelchair and everything which comes with the spinal cord injury. And I really figured out how inaccessible our world still is and how sometimes socially excluding a wheelchair can be, even though nobody is like actively excluding you, right?
She has an inspiring part, yeah? Many people respond to her and she does things that you don't expect her doing, right? And so they're fascinated by that. And I kind of feel the same way. She is, I think, an explorer, adventurer, yeah? And the wheelchair does not really stop her from doing that.
Yeah, so I met Hans the first time online, on LinkedIn. Yeah, I just asked him, like, you know, you worked for so long for SpaceX. Do you think that people like me can be astronauts? And then he reached out to Blue Origin and told me about, like, oh, Blue actually is very excited about it. And I was like, okay, I have my doubts on it, but let's see. But thankfully, it turned out we can do it. So Hans and me ending up flying as a team.
Donc là, on a vraiment l'histoire de.
I think it was about a year ago when we first did our
passagers
workshop
de
with
ce
Hans
vol.
and Michi on site. We made some prototype hardware, and then we tested out the prototype hardware, and we figured out a lot of things that didn't work and a few things that did work, and really refined and practiced those. We have their business resource groups here at Blue Origin, like New Hawking, and organizations like Astra Access have been great to come in and do workshops with us and figure out what's possible and wasn't possible. On the vehicle side, we didn't have to change anything to allow Michi to fly to space. We did implement a few things on the ground side, so some ground support equipment to allow her to both ingress and egress out of the capsule. And so a lot of our work was focused on upgrading the experience in Astronaut Village, things in our training center, and then some of the ground support equipment to get her both into the capsule and then back out of the capsule.
So yeah, I feel like a little bit the responsibility of being the first wheelchair user is also to point back on Earth. Of course, if we want to be an inclusive society, we should be inclusive in every part and not only in the parts we like to be. For the future of accessible spaceflight, I really hope it's like speeding up. You know, it's like in its very early days right now, so I think we're making like a very first thing here with Blue Origin.
So Michi basically inspired me to do this, yeah? And it's her drive that kind of convinced me I should do that too, and to just experience something that I've seen from the outside for a long time.
This is exciting work because this is what New Shepard was designed to do, to increase the access to space, so all different kinds of people can have that experience of seeing our Earth from space.
Tout le monde, T-5 dans 5 minutes.
You know, Claire, I actually spent the last couple of days in West Texas with the crew of NS-37 and Mihi, and I can tell you, she is just incredible. I know our entire team here at Blue Origin is just so honored and excited to have her fly with us today. So it's so great to get to connect with her and the entire crew.
I am so excited to hear about her experience after she lands.
Yes, me too.
Now let's take a look on your screen and let's go a little into more depth about the flight profile. New Shepard is a suborbital flight and a fantastic way to experience space. It's a simple parabolic flight, a straight up and straight back down flight path that results in some of the cleanest microgravity you can achieve.
Yeah, and for some of our viewers who might be tuning in for your very first New Shepard launch, first off, welcome. But our New Shepard rocket has a vertical takeoff and vertical landing. Now, as you're watching, you can see, obviously, the capsule and the booster go up together, and then they separate. At this moment in time, the capsule is experiencing zero G. Our Astros are looking out those big, incredible windows. And then the booster, due to its aerodynamic shape, you can see the fins coming out on this reenactment of it. It helps lead it back down to Earth about 2 miles from where it launched from. While that's happening, the capsule is then also making its way back to Earth. But because of its shape, it's more of like a teardrop type of shape, it's a little slower. Now, during this time, the Astros can experience up to 5 Gs, and then we have 3 drogues. Those are those little things. You're like, are those parachutes? No, those are drogues, and those pull out the main parachutes. What's cool about that is New Shepard, again, redundancy, safety built into every system. We only need 1 parachute, but we have 3. And then right before it lands, we have that retro thrust system that puffs up that big little cloud of dust that you see. You think, you're like, man, that's a hard landing. It is not a hard landing. It is soft. It slows it down to 1 to 2 miles per hour. There is the entire flight profile for you on your screen. And another thing that makes New Shepard so special is the size of our windows. Some of the biggest ever flown in space.
That's right. If you take a look on your screen, you can see the size comparison to the Mercury Redstone Freedom capsule that Alan Shepard flew back in 1961.
Yeah, it's so incredible to look at that comparison. Bigger than a 747, and I just can't imagine what it is like. I see the videos, but seeing it in person has to be totally unreal. At T-minus 2 minutes, we are starting to hear the voice of mission control coming in.
Retracting the sunshade and capsule access bridge.
Allez, on y est pour le décollage de la fusée. Donc là, on voit que le pont est en train de s'enlever. Donc c'est parti, les amis. Donc là, ils sont en train de tout checker.
Executing aft fin and PVC bit. Engine thrust vector control built-in test in work. Vehicle is now on internal power.
Allez, T-minus 1 minute. Ah, ça s'est arrêté. On va attendre. Ah, pour l'instant, ça s'est arrêté, donc on ne sait pas pourquoi ça s'est arrêté.
All right, you were looking at New Shepard on the pad. At just under 1 minute, we have entered a hold. We are listening in to the voice of Mission Control, which is Kate Wentworth. Now, as we learn more information about this hold, of course, we are going to pass it along to you. Right now, we're going to toss it over to the rocket and get more information.
Donc là, ils savent pour l'instant pas pourquoi, et puis pour l'instant, ils vont attendre plus d'informations. Aïe, 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 le pont qui revient. Ça, c'est... Pour l'instant, ça indique pas du bon. Oh non, ce sera tellement dommage à 50 secondes.
Hey friends, you're watching NS-37. We've entered a hold at just under a minute into launch. Now the hold was called to evaluate an observation during terminal count. I know everyone here is on the edge of their seats because this is such an exciting mission for us. Again, Mihi Benthouse will become the first wheelchair user in space. Now, while we wait, we want to introduce you entirely to the crew of NS-37, and let's start in seat number 1.
Yes, in seat number 1, we have Neil Milch, a global...
tous les équipiers de cette fusée en attendant plus d'informations.
As a chair of the Board of Trustees at Jackson Laboratory, a non-profit biomedical research institute, where he supports genetic research to improve human health. Growing up, watching the Gemini and Apollo programs, he adopted the Latin phrase in omnia paratus, meaning ready for anything to guide his pursuit of science and discovery.
And I got to talk to Neil, and I can tell you he is ready for anything. I know he's so excited for today. Let's talk about seat number 2. We have Mihi Benthouse. Now, Mihi is an aerospace and mechatronics engineer at the European Space Agency. She has dedicated her career to scientific collaboration for the advancement of interplanetary exploration. Back in 2018, she was involved in a mountain biking accident that resulted in a spinal cord injury impacting her ability to walk. Undeterred, she has continued to pursue her passion for access and advocate for greater access to space. Now, Mihi actually flew aboard a zero-G research flight back in 2022 and completed an analog astronaut mission. She continues to pursue sporting activities outside of work, including wheelchair tennis.
In seat number 3, we have Hans Königsmann. Hans is a German-American aerospace engineer whose career has been dedicated to advancing reusable spacecraft and launch vehicles, most notably as an early team member at SpaceX, where he spent 2 decades. He is one of the world's most renowned rocket scientists and remains actively engaged in the aerospace and space exploration, serving in advisory and board roles across multiple aerospace companies. He is also a licensed pilot who built his own airplane, an avid skier, and the proud father of 2 daughters. He is excited to share his experience to inspire the next generation of space exploration.
In seat number 4, we have Adonis Peroulas. Now, he is a seasoned entrepreneur, investor, and mining engineer. He is the founder and chairman of Pella Resources, co-founder of Energy Revolution Ventures, chairman of Rainbow Rare Earths, and the CEO of Chariot Limited, which are all advancing and developing innovative technologies and global opportunities in the energy transition. Now, his career and philanthropic work reflect a consistent commitment to education and the responsible and sustainable development of Earth's resources, combining technical expertise with a vision for long-term environmental and social impacts. His flight aboard New Shepard represents a lifelong dream to see the world from space.
In seat number 5, we have Jason Stansell. A self-proclaimed space nerd rooted in West Texas, Jason has watched the space industry expand to offer commercial spaceflight opportunities from his own backyard. With a degree in computer science from Tulane University, he has channeled his enthusiasm for creativity, passion for adventure, and love of science and physics into scuba diving, driving cars, riding motorcycles, flying planes, and of course, studying rocketry. Jason is looking to inspire healthy skepticism and promote science education through his experience. He is also dedicating his flight to his brother Kevin, who passed away in 2016 to a hard-fought battle with brain cancer.
In seat number 6, we have Joey Hyde, a physicist and quantitative investor. Joey recently retired from his career at a leading hedge fund. He lives in Florida with his wife and 5 children. His grandparents ignited a fascination with space when they brought him to watch the 1988 launch of the space shuttle Atlantis, which sparked a lifelong curiosity in human spaceflight and exploration, leading him to earn a PhD in astrophysics. Joey sees this flight with Blue Origin as a continuation of his commitment to advancing science and inspiring future generations of explorers. By the way, fun fact, earlier this year, his spouse Elaine Hyde flew back on NS-30. How cool is that?
That's amazing to have something that they both can share, this experience of both going on a New Shepard flight.
Yes, I would like to know what those conversations are like at the dinner table next week. Like, oh, yeah, now I really know what you were saying. You're like, yes, it's like this incredible experience. I have, the overview effect has really impacted me. All right, now let's also talk about the mission patch.
So the NS-37 mission patch pays homage to the crew and Blue Origin's vision. And we have a couple different symbols embedded into the patch. So first we have the DNA, which symbolizes the importance of impact of science to Neil Milch. As you can see there on the left, we also have the hippo, which represents Mihi's favorite animal, her plush hippo, which comforted her in the hospital after her accident and will join her in space. There is also on the patch the tennis ball, which symbolizes another one of Mihi's competitive passions. And Adonis is represented by a baobab tree, which is iconic to South Africa.
Yeah, on this patch, which you can see right there, the spiral galaxy symbolizes Joey Hyde's astrophysics research. The dog bone shape and K are in memoriam of Jason Stansell's brother, Kevin, as well as a representation of the satellite of love from their favorite show, Mystery Science Theater 3000. I love that show, by the way. And the shards represent Blue Origin's commitment to breaking down barriers to accessing space, including cost, nationality, and accessibility. So right now, as you look on your screen, you will notice we are currently in a hold. You are watching NS-37. We're going to toss it back over to the rocket and get more information. Okay, we are hearing from the flight team that they have decided to terminate the countdown for today. We are standing down from today's NS-37 mission after the launch team observed an issue with our built-in checks prior to flight. We are assessing our next opportunity for launch. We're going to go ahead and scrub the launch and look into this issue further and make sure that we are ready to go. Once the turnaround plan is confirmed, we will announce a new launch window. Please do follow us on social media for updates, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Imaginez pouvoir créer n'importe quoi, rien qu'en y pensant. Voici Base 44, une plateforme complète de création par l'IA.
Bon, alors là tout le monde, j'ai une mauvaise nouvelle. Donc le lancement a été annulé. Malheureusement, je suis vraiment déçue. Donc on se retrouvera pour le Soyouz, hein, du coup notre magnifique Soyouz, la fusée russe. Franchement, ça va être incroyable. Donc voilà, je suis vraiment désolée. Au moins on a pu parler un petit peu. Mais bon, en tout cas, merci d'être venus sur la rediffusion ou le live. Je vous souhaite à tous de très bonnes vacances. Et allez,